Today I'm going to solve SVS number 422, Irregular Dots by Richard. This puzzle is in Richard's long-running series of using novel rule sets for variant Sudoku. As well as a link to this puzzle in the description, I will also link to Richard's Logic Masters Germany published puzzles page so that you can investigate other puzzles of his. It's a fantastic series and I occasionally do one from them. Alright, let's have a look at the rules. Place the digits 1 to 9 exactly once each, once in each row, column and bold outlined region. So we've got rows and columns as normal, and then we have irregular regions which also have 9 cells in them. All adjacent cells that contain digits with a difference or sum to the index number of the column or row are marked with a white dot for difference or a black dot for sum. What does that mean? That means that, so in row 1, this white dot is saying that this has a difference of 1, these two digits. And these two digits have a sum of 5. And all such adjacent cells have dots. So these two do not have a difference of 3 or a sum of 3. Okay, I am now going to restart the puzzle to reset the timer, and let's begin. Okay, summing to 3 must be 1 and 2. Difference of 3. So 5 or 4. So 5 minus 2 would be 3, 4 minus 1 would be 3. Let's have a look. I've got a sum to 6 here, which is, sorry, a sum to 4 in the row, which is going to be 1 and 3. Got some summing to 8 there. Sum to 6, but I've already used the 1 in this region, so it can't be 1, 5, so that must be 2, 4. Okay, that was helpful. Difference of 4. 2 would go with 6, 4 would go with 8. These two sum to 6, but this digit can't be 2 or 4. Therefore, that is a 1, 5 pair. Difference of 6. There is no digit that 5 has a difference of 6 from, so that must be 1, that must be 7, that must now be 5. This 1 makes this 3, and this is 1. Okay, summing to 7, but I can't use a 1 or a 5 because they're already used in the region, so it's not 1, 6, it's not 2, 5, this must be 3, 4, and this 2, 4 pair tells us the order. Summing to 8. I can't use 1, 3, obviously I can't use 4 because 4 and 4 would break Sudoku, but I can't use it anyway. So this must be 2, 6 in some order. That gives us 7, 8, 9 to complete the region. Difference of 8 here. That has to be 1, 9. And in fact, we know the order. That 1 tells us that's 9, that's 1. This has a difference of 5, so that must be a 4. These sum to 5, these two digits, and there can't be 1, 4, so that's 2, 3. Difference of 1, so that could be 1, 2, that could be 2, 3, that could be 3, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, or 4. Yes. 2 could be 1 and 3 could be 2 or 4. Right. Difference of 3 between these two. So 4 could go with a 1, but it can't because of Sudoku. 5 could go with a 2. And then 4 could go with 7, and 5 could go with 8. Okay, summing to 8 is not 1, 7, could be 2, 6, or 3, 5. But this cell can't be 2 or 6, so it must be 3, 5, and we know the order. And then again, summing to 8, now we can place that 5. Okay. By Sudoku, none of those can be 5, so that must be the 5 for that region. They're consecutive digits. So difference of 7 is going to be 1, 8, or 2, 7. But I've got 2 lots of those. This one in the region tells me that that is the, 1, 8, or 2, 9. That must be the 2, 9 set. This must be the 1, 8 set. There we go. That 8 and that 9 makes that 7, which removes 7 from those. I've used up the 8s in columns 8 and 9, so there must be an 8 in one of those two. Okay. There must be some more Sudoku I can do. Yes, these two digits are 6 and 3 between them. I don't know the order they go in yet. We did have a lot of 5s. In fact, that can't be 5 and that can't be 5, so that's a 5. Let's see if I can place some more 5s. I've got a 5 in one of those two. So those are not 5s, that's not 5, that's not 5. So I have a 5 in one of those two. So that eliminates 5 from there, and there by this 5. So I have a 5 in one of those two. Okay. 1 in this region is exactly there. It can't be there by this one, it can't be there by that one, and that one tells me it's not there, so that's a 1. So 1's maybe a good place to look. No 1's there, no 1's there, no 1's there. There's a 1 in one of those two. So I need a 1 in this column. Yeah, that has to be in one of those two because this region needs a 1 and all the other slots are taken. And this one too means it's not that one. That's a 1. So that is not a 1. Oh, it's not a 2 because of the 1-2 pair in the region. So if that's a 3, that's a 2. If that's a 4, that's a 3. So one of those two is a 3, but I don't want to mark that across regions. All right. So one of these two is a 1. If this were a 1, then by the clue, this would have to be a 3, which it cannot be. So that is not 1. That makes that 1, that 8, and that 1. That 8 resolves my 8 and 9 here. And then to complete this column, we need 9, 7, and 4. Okay, that can't be 9 because that would have to be 8 because of the clue. If this were 7, this would have to be 6, which I think it could be. If this were 4, this would have to be 5, which it can't be, or 3, which it could be. No, it can't, because we know there's a 3 in one of those two. So that is 7. That is 6. Okay. If this were 4, with a difference of 2, this would have to be 6 or 2, which can't be 6, but it could be 2. If it were 9, it would have to be a 7, which it can't be because it's already used. So that is 2, that is 4, that is 9. This is 8 because we displaced one of the 8 possibilities. This is now 3 and 5, and this 3 tells us the order. And we have a region complete. Very nice. This 2 makes this 3, this 2, and this 3. This 3 looks down at this 6 and resolves that. That 6 looks back up at this 8. And this is a difference of 4, making that 4 and that 2. I need a 9 and a 6 to complete this region. There's the 6, there's the 9. Then to complete this column, I need 6 and 8. This region already has an 8, so that's a 6, and that's an 8. All right, to complete this region, I have 2, 7, and 8 to complete it. That can't be 7 or 8, so that's 2, that's the 7, that's the 8. This cell by the column must be a 7. In this row, I need 7 and 9. That can't be a 9, so that's the 7, that's the 9. Completing this column requires 2 and 4, which I can place. Completing this box, I need a 3. No, not a 3. Let's try a 9. That looks much better. Okay. These two digits, then, by the column are 4 and 6, and I know the order. These are 5 and 9, which are as yet unresolved. Four difference from either 5 or 9. 9 would take me to 5. 5 would take me to 1 or 9, and I can't put a 1 there. So that is 5 or 9. That gives me a 5-9 pair, making this a 2. So that is not. That makes this a 6 and a 2. Okay, I still have this clue here, which needs a difference of 4. And looking at what I've got left, which is 4, 7, and 8 for the row, that has to be 4, 8 in some order. That makes this 7. Difference of 3 makes this the 4. That 4 in the region makes that the 8, and that the 4. Difference of 3 makes that a 1, and that is 2. This 1 resolves this one candidate here. This 9 in the region makes this 5, and 9 and 5. These two are 3 and 6, and I know the order from the column. This 2 looks down, making that 9 and that 2. These two digits are 7 and 6. I do not yet know the order. If this is 6, it must be 5 because it couldn't be 7, and if it's 7, this must be 8. But this can't be 5, so that must be 8, 7, and 6. These two digits are 5 and 9, and we know the order. In this column, we need an 8. In these two, we need 3 and 4, and we know the order. And these two, we need 6 and 7, and we know the order of those as well. And that is a wonderful puzzle. Thank you very much to Richard for setting it. It uses some interesting constraints. Having the column numbers and row numbers to help us with the indexing was really handy. No extra effort to provide that. And it just meant that I didn't have to keep thinking which row and column I was in to figure out what indexing was. So I appreciate that touch for the presentation. If you like this solve, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see some more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.